So boom, Steve Stout was on Club Shay and he ended up talking about Dame Dash. In the interview, I guess, that Shannon Sharp had with Dame Dash, I guess, he said it was like a disaster. You'll see that in a moment. But Cam and Mace respond to that. So in case you weren't familiar with what Steve Stout said, here are just a little bit of highlights of what he said about, pretty much Dame Dash dropping the ball when it came to Jay-Z and Rockefeller. Now, even though Dame gets in interviews and he talks about other people a lot, especially Jay-Z, that would be what Dame would call chatty patty, because Steve Stout is speaking about him. Now, one thing that I do want to highlight is that Dame Dash said, basically you could read the tweet. That's why I smacked you last summer type shit. That's why he said that. So that was Dame's response to it. But today we have Cam and Mace responding to it. Let's check that out.
I mean,
Absolutely.
Dame gave a
No,
lot
that's
of
one point.
people jobs, regardless of what people say. And him giving you a platform, he gave a lot of people in Harlem jobs.
Oh, absolutely. It's a bunch of people outside of me that are still in prominent positions now. Sherry, she's the president of Rock Nation Rave. She
Mm.
lived in Dame's building, Dame Dash's building in 1199. And I don't really know exactly how the college thing worked. I don't know if Dame helped her get in college or helped pay for college or whatever it was. I'm not sure about that part. But she came down as an intern. Dame let her be an intern at Rockefeller. And she never looked back. She's an intern, then a secretary, then an assistant, then got went into corporate. I think she's the assistant president at Atlantic Records. And she went over to work with Todd and now she's the president of Rock Nation. And this is like Dave Dash's niece almost.
Mm.
And that's just one example. It's several people who's still working right now. Emmanuel, who's at Atlantic, got hired at Rockefeller. It's a lot of executives that's still working right now because of Dame. Yes.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Pause.
Dame gets perceived the wrong way because his attitude. He's very arrogant, but he's very smart. But the thing about it is, Dame is going to do what works for Dame. And at this point, you got to accept him, either love him or hate him for who he is because he's not changing. And he's been successful at helping build $100 million companies, not just one, but multiple. And some people never going to see $100 million in their life. So I think he's capable of doing anything in the world. But sometimes, to me, to Cam, the way he presents himself to other people is a turn on. He's an
Yeah.
acquired taste. Pause.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here really except a guy defending his friend. That's all it really is. And that's what good friends do. Even if Dame is wrong or anything, even if your friend is wrong, you call him out in private, you let him know what it is in private, but publicly, especially on a stage like this, a grand stage where the world is watching, man, you big your man up, you defend your man. That's just what you do. That's just what you do. That's how it's supposed to be. Now, as far as all of that, that all sounds great, but that didn't really have nothing to do with what Steve Stout said. He said to Steve, he's basically talking about Dame blew the whole Rockefeller shit, and this is how Dame blew the Rockefeller shit. Now, that's Steve Stout's perspective. I have my own thoughts about the situation from the information that I know. Could he have been out of line and stuff like that? Yeah. But at the same time, he's not the only one at fault. I just say that. But because people could have went about certain things different ways, but it is what it is. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts on this. I'm out.